And then again, this is in partnership with AABRN, Digital Synergy, Asian Media Access, and Chinese Chamber of Commerce. 10 online hybrid workshops. We are at week 5, WordPress Development Part 2. And next week, again, Paul will teach the WordPress Development Part 3, which will be focused on WooCommerce. And then we'll transition over to Shopify and then hands-on hybrid workshop. Just a little update of the website setup. That's almost done. Faraz is working on the website, so he's going to be reaching out to you all shortly here through email, one-on-one session. Looks like I've only got 5 people that sent me their note or Word document in terms of their website goals and objectives and information for the domain name and the WordPress template. So if you haven't sent that over, you still have time, but the sooner you send it over, the sooner we can work on it, and then we can help you with the website. So if you have any questions, need any help, reach out to us. And I can read off who I have so far. I think I have, I believe it's, so it looks like I got Kayla, Erica, Dan, and Benny. I'm not sure if you guys are on, but if anyone else sent it and we didn't see it, make sure you let us know, follow up with us. And I did get Mitchell's too, Mitchell. And some of you already have existing websites, so we'll just help you update whatever needs you have for that. And then the rest, if you want to build new websites, we will help you with the new website. So here's the syllabus. We've worked through, this is just kind of like an overview of what we did last week too. Module 1, we went through Introduction to WordPress. We went through the WordPress and the themes, the dashboard, admin dashboard, exploring free premium themes, installing themes. We also talked about customizing in terms of logo, what is your tagline, colors, background, menus, widgets, theme layouts. We talked about that last week. And also we talked about creating a web page, working with the different editors that comes with WordPress, managing the menu, formatting media, and also organizing content categories. So for module 4 to 6, we'll continue with that with Paul. So 4 is going to be basic customization of the theme elements, customizing header, footers, editing sidebars, widgets, and menus, introduction to basic CSS and styling. So CSS, again, we just talked about that earlier. It's like styling, customization in terms of color, any type of layouts and stuff like that can be done through the custom CSS. Module 5 will be working with plugins with enhanced functionality. So installing the different plugins like SEO security, cache, Google Tag Manager, analytics. We'll actually show you how to install it, how to configure it, what we recommend in terms of the plugins, the page builder for custom layouts using Elementor, and also installing different widgets, additional features. I know we talked about contact forms. We've been using the Elementor contact forms, but there's also different contact forms that have more features and options and give you better functionality for that purpose if you need more deeper functionality for the contact forms. And in module 6, maintaining customized themes, updating themes, backing up your WordPress, the basic security best practices, understanding child themes, finding resources and further learning. So all this, we'll give it to Paul to take over. He's going to be the main developer to teach you guys this. He's going to share his screen, and a little housekeeping anytime. Feel free to ask questions, type into the chat room, and we will answer as we go. If you guys need a break halfway between at 7 p.m., let us know, and we can give you a 5-minute break and continue on. But I'll give it to Paul. I'll stop sharing my screen, and go ahead, Paul. You can take it from here.
Oh, thank you so much, John. I really appreciate that. So let me take it from here. So all right. So let me start with the introduction. Once again, I know you guys have talked about the WordPress theme, and every other stuff regarding customization, changing of header, understanding the post type, and basic customization on the theme element, and maintaining and working on plugins. So before I proceed, I would like to let you guys know that we have two WordPress. We have the word WordPress in general, but we have two different WordPress. We have WordPress.org and we have WordPress.com. WordPress.org is the main software. Why WordPress.com is like it's just like an hosting platform that has a WordPress CMS together with it. But WordPress.org is the main software we use on different hosting. So I will advise every one of you, if you want to go into your development or your design, make sure you purchase your hosting separately. Do not buy your hosting from WordPress.com, because with that, you have a lot of restriction while you're going through your development. But if you purchase a direct hosting like DreamHost, Bluehost, you'll be able to have the WordPress.org with the software, and you'll be able to install. So I'm going to share my screen while I'm explaining all this to you so that you understand. So I hope you can all see my screen. Please, if you can see my screen, just identify by raising up your hand on the chat button. So all I'm trying to let you know, I don't know, my connection is kind of. So I guess I'll have to go back there again once the connection is very okay. All right, so let me move on to the next thing. The next thing is customizing of the theme. We have just trying to give you an overview of how everything looks like on WordPress. So we have the premium theme and we have the free theme. The premium theme is still having its own restriction, while the free theme also has its own restriction. So if you want to go with any design or development, it's good you go for your premium license theme, because with that you have a virus free. But most people always like their design to be separate, to be custom, to have it in kind of their own idea arrangement. So you can always go with your own custom development. We have three aspects of design on WordPress. We have the free theme design, we have the premium theme design, and we have the custom theme design. So the free theme design is whereby you go on WordPress and you pick a theme and you are able to get that. So that's a free theme design. All you just need to do is pick a theme and edit the section on that particular theme. I'm going to show you the experiment aspect of it, our demonstration aspect of it. So how you go about that. Give me a moment. All right. So like I was saying, I say we have two type of WordPress. We have the WordPress.org and we have the WordPress.com. All right. So this is WordPress.org. The WordPress.org is the main software, is the main WordPress software, which we have the developer, which enables the developer to be able to optimize, to be able to customize the PHP version, the theme section. This is the main software. This is the WordPress. Now this is also a WordPress, but this is already integrated with the social media experiment, whereby whatever you have, you can hide yourself as a user. This is connected with Jetpack. Is owned with a different WordPress agency. So just we have two domains. We have WordPress.com and WordPress.org. But here we have the main software. So going forward, right here we have three themes. Let me show you. I've just logged. This is my WordPress dashboard. This is my WordPress backend dashboard. So I've just logged in. I want to show you the free themes and I think I have to hide this. So I'm going to show you the free themes and the paid themes. So right here, we have all the free themes right here. So where you can get your paid theme is teamforest.net. This is where you can purchase your paid themes. Paid themes like probably you're a lawyer, you can just type lawyer WordPress theme as a keyword. You have many lawyer WordPress theme right here. All you just need to purchase and edit. This is the second model of design on WordPress, buying a theme and editing the theme. The first one is using the WordPress theme, the free WordPress theme, just like this. And the second is buying this particular WordPress theme from TeamForest or any WordPress website that sells WordPress theme. And the last section of design and development on WordPress is you creating your own custom design. So creating your own custom design entails making a mock-up design. A mock-up design, like, let me use an example. All right. Let me use this. I'm coming. I want to use something very simple and straightforward. All right. So the third part of WordPress design is using your own custom design. This is a custom design. A custom design comes by you drafting your design, how you want your arrangement to look like in a mock-up files. So this is a mock-up design. This process is mainly used by anyone that wants a separate type of design, a unique type of design that is not in any form, it's not in anywhere. You're just trying to come up with your own design model. So you can always create a draft mockup. You can do that on a paper. You can sketch your design on a paper. Then you can draft it like a drawing book and ask a UI UX designer to come up with to make it look good before you go into development. So this is a website created. I mean, this is the mockup created for a particular website development. Now, and this is how all the pages look like. Now, this is the third aspect of WordPress website design and development. So now this particular website, this particular mockup I just shared with you was converted from the mockup to the real design, which is this right here. So which is this right here. Can you see that? So the mockup, sorry, please. So the mockup right here has been converted to the design. Now this means that we do not purchase any WordPress theme, either the paid or the free, to design this particular website, but rather we use our own design initiative to come up with everything right here by creating our Figma design first, then transitioning the Figma design to WordPress using Elementor. So I'm going to show you a few things you need to know and how all this process has been carried out. Now, I've just talked about the WordPress and the WordPress theme, and I've also made you understand a few things about how the WordPress theme and the free theme and the premium theme. I know you've done all this in the last class. I'm just trying to elaborate and make sure you understand more in details because we have so many things regarding WordPress. So now let me talk about customizing theme with WordPress customizer. That also goes a long way, but I'm just going to brief that so that you understand few things about customizing. You can customize any WordPress website, whether free version, whether paid version, or whether a custom built version. So for a free version, there's the only reason why you won't be able to customize the free version is because of the limited access. If the WordPress theme is free, they'll give a limited access to the WordPress because they want you to buy their paid version. So that's the reason why we have the premium and we have the free and the premium version. So very quick, just a moment. For today's test, I will be using a particular WordPress to run all our testing. This is a hosting account. This is DreamHost. This is where I have multiple websites which I manage myself. So I just installed WordPress.org on this particular domain called wpflowdev.com. This is WordPress.org, not WordPress.com. With WordPress.com, I won't have access to install this software WordPress, but I'll have the already installed WordPress. And that's the reason why I don't advise anyone to go with WordPress.com. Sorry, a moment. Oh, the WordPress is still under installation. So while waiting for this to get installed, I wouldn't want you to just wait here. So let me just move on to an aspect on my list. So we talked about customizing theme, sorry. Yep. So customizing theme and changing the logo. And I believe you've talked about all this in the last class. And changing the color, working on menu and widget, adjusting the theme layout. I believe you talked about all this the last time, but I'm just going to show you a few things about that again, just to refresh our class. All right, so with WordPress, we have two type of headers. We have the Elementor header, and we also have the the uh the WordPress header itself. Now I'm going to show you the Elementor header, and I'm going to show you the WordPress header. So if you go to customize section right here, at this section right here, we have the menu. This is where we set our WordPress header. If you are not using Elementor, you can always set your WordPress header right from the menu section once you click on customize. And you can always set your logo right here. That's if you're not using Elementor. And if you're using Elementor, it's still the same process, just that you have to create a template for your header on Elementor. So I'm going to show you that as well. So right here, the first thing you have to do is you have to go to Elementor and you create your header. When you create your header on Elementor, then you can create your column, and we call it container. So you create your container and you create your container, and whichever container you still have, again, you create this, which is right here. So I have a container and I have my site logo, my WordPress menu, and button. And that is what resulted right here. Now this is the logo. I can change my logo right here. With Elementor, it's very, very easy. But with WordPress theme, you might find it difficult if they didn't make it responsive. But with Elementor, it's very, very much easier and very straightforward. So that's number one. Now with your WordPress menu right here, you have to select you have to select the right menu you want. You want your home, you want your about us, you want your contact form, you have to select it right from your WordPress backend. That is where we have the customize section, which is right here at the top. So you have to select everything right here. Whatever you had right here will be applied on the home page. I'm just trying to show you how it looked like. So whatever you had right here will be applied on the home page. So let me just run a quick test and show you. Consultation, publish. I'm going to delete this immediately. It appears. Can you see? Consultation right here. So if you want to delete that, you just click on customize and go to menu and remove and publish. It is very, very important you know how to do this, because every website always require their own header. Now we have three type of pages of a website, of a web page. We have the headerless page, that is more like a landing page. They don't have any header or footer, just a single landing page straight up. Then we have the header page, whereby we have something like this, just the header, and we have just footer only page, whereby we only have the footer page only, and it doesn't have any header section. So that's the kind of pages we have on web development. So fast forward. Now, customizing color. The reason why I'll be going over all this again is because I'll be talking about, yep, it's successfully installed. I'll be talking about CSS, because we have CSS, we have PHP, we have HTML, we have JavaScript. Now, before I dive into the concept of WordPress development and WordPress basic editing, I want you to understand that HTML is just an hypertext language. It is mainly used for text editing, text editor, trying to edit a kind of sentence in programming. That is HTML, which is hypertext markup language. Well, for the CSS, which is a cascading style spreadsheet, which is the CSS, is mainly for the color and style of a website. Whatever color you see on a website is done with CSS. Whatever color, whatever arrangement that has a button with color, everything is done with CSS. Now, with the help of WordPress Elementor, you don't have to write all the code all the time. You can always configure your color, your typography, everything before you start your development. I'm going to show you how to do that so that you understand that everything needs to be, configured before you start your development. I hope you guys are following. Do you have any question? Anyone? Any question? Oh, please, if you have a question, you can, yeah, good. Okay, thank you. So if you have a question, you can always, jot it down. Once we are done, we can always add the general question. All right, so let me go right here once again. So this is a new WordPress we just installed on a new domain, and that is what we want to use as our demonstration experiment today. Now, this is the latest WordPress 6.4 version 6.4. It has the Gutenberg editor with it, and it also has some already existing plugins on this particular WordPress. Now, moving forward, let me go back to this. Now, let's talk about, sorry, I don't want to jump this section. Let's talk about the color because I'm still going to talk about the color right here on the module 4. But let me show you, let me talk about the basic color and background changes right here before we go over again. All right, so we have the WordPress theme right here. All this right here are free themes. If you click right here, you can add a WordPress theme for the free version, and you can also upload the premium theme. You have to upload the premium theme most times, and you have to, install and activate the free themes on your site. So right here, I'm going to pick anyhow theme. I'm just going to pick any theme just for the tutorial purpose. Okay, let's assume I've picked this particular theme 2024. So if you want to edit this particular theme right here, you can use the theme editor right here to make your editing. But remember, if you are using this particular theme, you have to understand basic knowledge of programming. You have to understand the basic knowledge of programming, like the HTML, CSS, and you also know how to navigate on everything we have right here. Now, this is just a simple landing page with header and with other section right here. So if you want to edit this particular theme, they've made it easy for you to do this by creating add new theme, add the headers, add the footers, just like this. So this theme comes with editor. And the editor, you can just be like, let me show you. So right here, I've just added all the links. We are trying to create our header. That is what it implies. We are trying to create our header. So you can go by detaching, and you can also go by editing. Now this theme is a WordPress theme editor. This particular theme right here is a WordPress theme editor. Now hold on, I want to have my site logo right here. I believe you guys know how, I believe you all know how to upload images. So let me save this. So Right here, we have the header. We have two headers right here. We have the one with the title. We have the one with the logo. I can easily remove one of them and move to the next. I'm going to show you how to remove that. Now, this is the style. This is the color section. Now, if you don't want to use all this color right here, like this is very, very easy because they made it easy for you to change the color anyhow you like it. I think this color is cool, or this is cool. So, but if you want to change to your own color style, you need to know the color code. Now, what are the color code? I'm coming. So I'm trying to build a simple website, and I'm trying to just a single landing page with a free WordPress theme. And that's what I'm trying to do. Now I'm using the already built WordPress, um theme, the built-in WordPress theme with their customization. Now this one has its own customization while you can also get other customized WordPress. Now you can edit your text yourself. Sorry. So you can edit your text yourself. You can edit all this. Now, if you want to, the beauty of WordPress is that if you want to change this color right here, you can use this. Sorry, you can use this right here and click on Edit with Elementor. Click on Edit with HTML. Sorry, so you can decide to use your color code like I want it white. Then click on Visual. On the front end, this has turned to white, while on the back end, it's still showing this way. Now, let me show you another style. You can just click right here at the color and use the color code, whichever color code you want. Now you can type in, let's use the F, 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 F. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So this is white. I just use the white. Now, if you want to use the black text, you can just use the 0, and this is the black text. Can you see that? Now let's change this also right here. So how do I know what color to change? Now look at this. We have the H1, we have the paragraph, this is a paragraph icon. So this one called H1, I want to change the color to black. So, and H1 means heading 1. We have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6. Now the H1 right here is what I want to change. I want to change the color right here. For the that's the heading. So I can change the color from here right here too. So I just change the color using the color code. So I'm going to show you where you get all the color code. So all you just need to do is just write CSS color code. So you can you have a series of examples. I mean, no. All right, so this is the best. Now the black color we use is this. Can you see? And the white color is this. So we can change it to any kind of color. You can just come here and pick your color. If you are not sure about the color, you can always come here and pick your color. And we can use this right now. So let's try this now. So we're trying this again. Can you see? So this has changed. Let's try this. All right, so can you see the color? This color match with the logo and the text, and we can have other colors. Now, if you want to change this button color, you can always change it right here with button. And from there, you can also change the background color. Now, the background color is very easy to change because there is a section to change the background. Can you see? Very, very easy to change. So you can always change the background color to whichever one you want. So I just changed the background color and I reset it back to the previous one just by clicking on cancel. So now let's go move on to the next. I just share with you the CSS way of editing on the front end live, and I'm going to show you how to edit on the back end live as well. So let's save this page. Sorry. Why is it showing fail? It has to be an error coming. Sorry about that. I think there is an error on the installation, and that's the reason why we have the fail error while trying to save. Just for the tutorial purpose, this doesn't occur on the usual ground. So I would like everyone to please kindly interact with me if you're not getting any question. So that's you can always make it much more, much more interesting. Are you there? Anyone?
Yes, we are. Besides
All
myself, I
right.
guess. Yeah, we're
Yes,
fine.
we're here. I'm here.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So so moving forward, let me talk about understanding pages and posts. I'm not supposed to talk about this, but I just want to brief this because I believe you guys have discussed a lot about pages and posts, Gutenberg editor, content creating, adding images, creating mega menu, and every other thing like that. But the reason why we're talking about this is that in development, in WordPress development, there is something different about page and posting. So which I'm about to share with you. So on a simple WordPress, you might have your page, your post type. That is very, very usual. But if you have a WordPress website, you won't have case studies. You won't have a case study when you install a new WordPress website. All you have is posts, page, media, comments. If you install Elementor, you have this template, you have this. If you install the WordPress thing, you have this. But this particular case study is not a WordPress installation or plugin. You have to create this yourself. Take, for example, you want to have a WordPress website for school. You want to have the primary level, the college level, and the university level. So you can create your own post type, which is something like this. Case studies, you can create that for your primary. secondary, and tertiary level. I'm going to show you real quick. So this section is my case studies. This is where I have my case study post type. So I usually write my case studies for each and every project I worked on, just to make sure that I keep my track record. Oh, I don't have access to this again. Let me use something simple. One of the best WordPress hosting is WP Engine. Is the best, and no downtime, no issue. I've I've been using them for years, and I really enjoy their services. And I also use DreamHost. I want to show you the WordPress post type, how it look like, because most people will be like, oh, I'm seeing something different on my friend website. It has this, it has that. So I'm just trying to let you know that you can have your post type for each category in a custom way at the back end, and you can also have the normal post type of WordPress. So I just want to make sure that you're able to differentiate the post type. So pages, posts, they are just like the default setting from WordPress. So you can add up more sections to it, and that is the aspect of the development. I'm trying to share with you example, but the page is not loading quickly. Let me try again.
Hey, Paul. I think we have two questions in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one, Talaya was asking, what was the first one you mentioned?
Yeah, I mentioned, okay. All right,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, you can keep on.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that we have different type of post type. We have the normal post type, which is the default one from WordPress, and that is the common one we have. Let me show you. This is a post type right here. This is a post type. Can you see? This is for the blog posting, your blog content, your SEO optimization, on-page SEO. If you're trying to run a blog website, this is where you make your posting. But if you're trying to run an advanced custom blog website where you have different section about the blog. You have the primary level content. You can have a custom section. Now I'm having a custom section for my case studies. Then I still have my section for my post type. Now this is also a post type. This is also a post type, but this is created with the custom coding. And that's what I'm about to show you so that you won't get confused by the time you log into your backend. At times you might see something else different from your own dashboard. So that's what I'm trying to explain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks, Paul. We also have another question asking what's the difference between post and page?
Good. So basically, the post is mainly used for SEO optimization, while the page is mainly used for the important pages on a website. Important pages like the about us, the contact us, probably your portfolio section. Let me show you. If you want to run a blog, you can use the post type. Now, these are the important pages I have on my site. I have the about, the blog, the content, the contact us, the homepage, my homepage again, my private policy, my portfolio, and every other thing related. Now, I have a blog template right here. Don't let this confuse you, but rather it's very, very easy. You see, this is what we call the blog page template. This is the blog page. Why this is the blog post? If you want to have your blog post, you post your blog on the post section, post type. But the blog template is where you have the category of your post. Let me show you an example of what I mean. So this is a blog post. This is how your blog post will end up looking like. Are you seeing that? This is how blog posts look like. Now, this is how your blog page will look like. This is blog page. So that is what makes it different. So I don't want you to get that confused because it's very, very confusing. Any other question? All right, thank you. So not to waste much of our time, I'm trying to show you other post type that may look very, very complex to you in some other aspect of WordPress backend, and that's the reason why I have to go through all these routes. So let me go to the basic customization of a theme. I think I'll show you how to use the header, but I'm going to show you in a different dimension right now with Elementor. Then I'm going to show you how to use it. I've shown you how to use the CSS. I've shown you how to use the custom CSS with a live preview. I shared that on the WP Flow Dev. Then how to explore the additional classes. Now, the additional classes which is basically used is the color code. You need to know how to use the color code, and that's the reason why. Let me share the link for the color code. So that's the link for the color code. So you can always check for more color code because there are a lot of color code on CSS. A lot of people use different CSS color code. So moving forward, I would like to go on module 5 right now, working with plugins and SEO, page builder plugins, and finding and installing widgets for additional features and contact form. This particular module 5 is one of the most very, very tedious tasks in WordPress. Not very complicated, but it's very, very tedious. Like what I mean is very, very boring. Yeah, all right. So let's start with the plugin. Now the plugins can be in different dimension. Plugin can be in different dimension. It depends on how you want to use a plugin. Do you want to use a plugin for SEO? Do you want to use a plugin for custom post type, for duplicate page, for Elementor, whichever way you want to use your plugin, there are ways to go about that. That the first thing you have to do is you have to have your backup. Your WordPress backup is very, very important. If you are using a very good hosting like WP Engine or DreamHost, you don't have to manually back up your website. You can always use their hosting platform to back up your website. Now, let me show you what I mean by backup. So if you have a WordPress website, the first thing I always want you to do is always install the right plugin to your website. Do not install many plugins to your website or in the name you want to have a very good functionalities. Most of the functionalities are always replicate. I hope I'm communicating, please. If you don't understand, you can always drop your question in the chat below, then I'll be able to answer your question from there.
Yeah, and then just to add, think of a plugin as a functionality, right? So if you want a specific functionality, like a contact form that's different from what WordPress has, you can add that plugin. You can add different features, security features, and all that to your website. So also, I would recommend making sure there's good ratings for any plugins that you do try. Some plugins are not secure, so just make sure that you use good plugins.
Thank you very much. So the first thing I usually do whenever I'm working on a new WordPress website, I delete all the default plugin that comes with it by deactivating all of them at once. So that's the first thing I usually do because I don't know if they have malware or viruses. So then the next thing I do, I delete. Then I start by installing my own plugin. This is the first thing I always do on a new website. Now, let's talk about a particular plugin. Now, after I deleted all the the Imbuse plugin that comes with the installation, then I start by using my own plugin. So the next thing I do is I use the Updraft plugin. So the Updraft plugin is basically used for backup because anything can happen on WordPress. WordPress has the highest vulnerability attack so far, and we're still trying to secure WordPress on a daily basis. So the Updraft plugin is the best for WordPress backup. So this is it. So you install this first. So this will help you to keep your each and every of your updates. Whenever you make an update, you can always back it up. Yeah, so you can always back your update up. Now, let me show you how to back your update. So you click on settings right here, you click on Updraft backup. This is used for many websites, and this is one of the best plugins for WordPress backup. Why do we keep having this? All right. So right now, it's very, very simple. All you just need to do is just to click on backup. Boom. And that's all. So you need to click on backup, include your database, include your file, and so can you see? So you can always back up your website like this, and that is the best way to do that. Now, the next plugin I would like you to know is, let's talk about the contact form. Then, if you want to choose a plugin, take for example, you want to install a plugin like the Updraft plugin we just talked about, I will suggest to you always check the plugin review. Do not install any plugin because you feel it should work out for you. So even if you're hosting site backup, your website should also use no. Like I said that if your hosting has a good backup, you don't have to use the Updraft plugin. You should use the Updraft plugin if you don't have a good hosting that has a backup. Because most hosting don't keep a backup, and if they do, they'll ask you to pay extra charges for backup. So that's the reason why I always advise anyone that is using hosting that doesn't keep a backup to use the Updraft. All right, you're welcome. So if you want to install a plugin, the first thing you need to look at is this. You look at this, look at the reviews, you look at the total number of active installation, you look at the last updates. Very, very important, because most plugins, the moment they are not being updated, they get malware and they cause a lot of vulnerabilities to the website. So that is what you need to consider. Now, talking about I'm sorry. So talking about contact form, we have a lot of contact form plugin. We have the contact form 7, we have the WP form, we have Communitor, we have a lot of contact form. But the most popular contact form ever is either WP form or contact form 7. That's the most popular because they are very, very flexible and they are easy to use. So I'm going to use this because this is very complex and you can do other complex stuff with this. And this is one of the best. This may be very popular because it comes with comes with WordPress default installation, but the contact form WP form is the best contact form ever. Now look at this. We have 5 million active installation and we have about 2058 reviews. But right here we have 13,456 reviews and we have the 5 million installation as well. So the last update is last 2 weeks untested with your version of WordPress. This is compatible with the version of WordPress. So meaning that this coming. This is not yet tested, so I can't use this. I can't use this plugin at the moment, so I can still use this for now. But most times, if this is not tested, there is high probability that this will still work. What's causing it? What's causing this? Sorry. Are we still connected?
Yes.
Well, there's a quick question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say,
All
I
right,
guess,
go ahead.
question. If the hosting site backs up your website, do you still need to use the site plugin to back up your site as well, or is that kind of like duplicating the work? Because
Yeah,
I know some.
I've already answered the question. I said if your hosting
Oh,
has a good backup server, you don't have to use the Updraft again. You don't have to use the plugin. The reason why you don't have to use the plugin again is because it will slow down your entire website if your website is very heavy. So if your hosting has a good backup plan, subscribe to your hosting backup plan and use your hosting backup plan. But if your hosting do not have hosting backup plan and you feel it's too their price charges is too much, kindly go for the Updraft plugin. That will save you less cost.
right. And also it frees up space too, because each time you back up, it adds space to your hosting. So if you have limited space, then that can add up. Just real quick, we're at the halfway mark. I'm not sure if anyone needs 5-minute break. If you do, let us know. We can pause the recording and continue after that. If not, then we'll continue on.
Anyone before I
Nope,
proceed?
I don't need one. I'm good too.
All right. Okay, so WP form is one of the most powerful for WordPress form in the market, and it's the best. Contact form 7 might be very, very popular, but WP form is very, very powerful than contact form 7 in the sense that you'll be able to do any kind of dynamic form. Now, whenever you're trying to build your website, always consider the call to action you want on your website. The call to action means that what kind of field form you want, what kind of call to action do you want your user to book a consultation? Do you want it to click on contact form? You have to consider everything like that. Now let's start by creating. If you use this guide, it's very, very straightforward. Just click on create your first form. Now, whatever things you choose to use on your form, you can always implement it. Now, they have a template you can use. This is a template for you. You have before you create your templates, type the name, contacts form. Now we have different kind of templates right here, which is much more easier for you to go and but with contact form 7, you don't have a template with contact form 7. You have to build everything custom yourself. So that's the disadvantage of contact form 7. We are going to try that as well, but I want to show you this first. So now these are different form. We have the blank form, we have the simple form, we have this. So can you see? Then we have these are the pro version. We have all this lesson plan. These are the custom WordPress form that you can use. These are the custom WordPress form that you can use. And also this is also integrated with payments. You can use this with payments with like Stripe. You can include your payment integration. People can sign up with your form and also still make payment on the form. People can sign up on a form and also make a signature on the form. These are the custom, they are the paid version of this particular WordPress plugin. So now I want us to create our own form in a unique way. So let's create our form. I don't want us to use the template because this is a tutorial section. I want you to be able to create your form yourself. Wherever you find yourself, I want you to be able to create your form. Very, very simple, just by drag and drop. That's all. So now we're starting by name. So yeah, sorry. So we're starting by name. So let's start with the admin. You have to configure this yourself. If you don't know how to configure this, I will just advise you to just leave this way. Leave this. If you don't know how to configure, just leave it this way. Perhaps if you want to configure in another way, you can just type your email. All right, so this is the confirmation message. They're just trying to make sure that we set up, where the email is coming from and where it's going to. Now, right here we have name. I drag this. Let me do it again. Let me show you again. All I did was I drag this. Can you see that? Just drag and drop. Now I want to have the name, the first name and the last name. If you don't want to have the first name and the last name, all you just need to do is click right here and say simple, the first name, the name alone, just like this. If you want to have the first, middle, and last, click right here. If you want to have the simple version, just this. And if you want to have like like other things, like a description for what you want. Can you see? You can have your description right here. And if you also want to have, okay, sorry. If you want to have, sorry, if you want to have a placeholder, like you want people to just give an example, John, or whichever placeholder you like to have. So like, so you can have it this way. This is the placeholder. Can you see that? So that is how the contact form works. So this is a smart conditional logic. It's mainly for the pro version of this particular contact form. So now let's add another field aside from this. Now let's have a kind of email. Very, very easy. You can have your email field. Then let's have a kind of a drop down question. All right, so right here, can you see that? So this is another section for the form. Now, the email is still loading, but that's not a problem. Now let's have another drop down on the form, like multiple choice, similar to the check boxes. Can you see? Then let's have another one like number. That's a phone number. You can change this to phone number. Then we can also have the number slider. Then we can have other multiple choice. Now right here we can have other multiple items. This is only used if you have a Stripe account. So this is why WP form is the best form to use. Now let me move on to the other form because of our time. I hope you're following. Any question?
Just real quick, Paul. And you recommend these type of forms better than the Elementor, right? Because last week we showed Elementor form. It's very basic, but I believe the contact form, like this has more features, right?
Yes, I will recommend this form. I will recommend this form better than Elementor because this particular form has a lot of features and is also have a very, very dynamic section. So Elementor form also work with this. It's very, very easy to attach your Elementor form with this. I'm going to show you how to do that, but let's go to the other form. Another form we want to talk about is contact form 7. All right, if you want to create Elementor, if you want to use Elementor with the WP form, very, very easy. All you just need to do is just to link the form on Elementor, and that will work. It will work perfectly. I'm going to show you that. So while waiting, let's sorry. All right, so this is contact form. Now, I don't recommend this contact form 7. I only recommend it if your website doesn't have a big functionality. But contact form 7 has a lot of restriction because it's kind of different. Can you see? So it creates the normal usual contact form, but you have to use coding. Now look at this. So you have to you have to find a way to go about this yourself. Now this is your name. This is label. This is email. This is subject, your message, and this is submit. Now if you want to add more, is either you use this insert. Can you see? Or you use the code to add more. So this is why I don't recommend contact form because it's very, very stressful. You hardly get your way through this contact form. Most people stop using contact form for their workers because of these unfriendly users. So and you have to copy the code like this, the short code before this can work. So you have to go to let's say we have a page. Oh, let me use a new page. So I just paste the short code and I click on publish. And let's view the page. All right, so this is the contact form. So this is the contact form 7. It doesn't have any mobile interface. It just look very raw and simple. So this is why most people don't like using contact form 7. So let me show you another contact form. This is a contact form, but this was done with Elementor. All right, can you see? This was done with
Yes.
Elementor, and the email configuration was done right here. This is where the email leads to. Now, if you want to change this particular contact form to another section aside from Elementor, so there you have to go through this route. Come in. Let me check. I think I have not installed.
Are you trying to add the WP form?
Yes, is the reason why I can't find any of the form was because I don't have any form on my plugin. So I need to add a form to my plugin first before I can link the Elementor with the WP form. You can use WP form with Elementor. Very, very easy because Elementor is compatible with any kind of WordPress plugin. Do you copy that?
Yeah, I've also seen like a widget where you could just drop a widget of the different forms that you would like to use instead of if you don't use Elementor form.
Yes, that's very possible. We can also do that. We can also do that way. All right. So like I said, if you don't need a plugin on your website, do not install multiple plugins. Do not install plugins that are not necessary. So like right now, I'm just checking this again and I realized that these plugins are not needed anymore. I used them when I was doing my development and now I don't need it. I don't need them anymore. So I can delete them.
Do you recommend the enable auto updates? Because I've seen sometimes where if it auto updates, it can mess up your website because it's not compatible with the new updates, and sometimes your website can go down because a plugin was enabled.
Yes, I don't recommend anyone using auto updates because auto updates always have its own issues, like it slow down the website. That's number one thing I want you to know. Number two is that if the PHP version of the particular update is not compatible, it affects and crash down the entire WordPress. So that's the reason why I don't recommend that. If you want to run your update, is that you do it manually or you give an expert to run your update for you. And once you realize that you are having issue with your website, make sure you reach out to any developer to help you with the fixes. Another way to get if your website is having problems is what I if your website is not giving you the best result or you're getting issues upon issues, this is how you can get it fixed. Now, which is what I'm about to talk about. So we are going to be talking about SEO, security, caching, and Google Analytics and management. So I've just talked about the contact form only so far, and I've talked about how to use the contact form. So now let me talk about the security and the SEO. So I'm going to use this site as an example, since I'm still currently working on it. So now the first thing you need to install whenever you want to run an SEO on your website is called, with WordPress, it's called Google Sitekit. So Google Sitekit will give you access to have analytics, Search Console, feed, and Google AdSense. I hope you guys are following. All right, so this is the Google Sitekit. Before you move on to Google Sitekit installation, the first thing you have to do is go to Google Search Console and click on Start Now. Now you need to add the website first. I don't have the website right here, so I want to add it first.
Yeah, and if anyone's wondering what Search Console and Analytics is, Search Console is it monitors your website health. If there's any issues, Google will flag it for you. Also shows a little bit of traffic performance, and Analytics is more of tracking your traffic on your website. So we recommend having these installed on your website so you can monitor your traffic and your website health.
Thank you very much, John. Google Search Console is basically used for SEO. It's also used for sitemap. It's also used for technical SEO. It helps you to detect if your website is not crawling. It also helps you to detect if your website is giving the right performance. That is what the Google Search Console is all about. We have Google Search Console, we have Google Analytics, we have Google Tag Manager, and so on and so forth like that. So we're talking about the Google Search Console and Google Analytics. That's what we're talking about. So, and also we're talking about SEO, because with Google Search Console, you need your SEO to be worked on. So now the first thing now, the other thing I want to do, because I want to verify the Google Search Console. For that reason, I want to activate this particular aspect, which is Youth SEO. But there are ways to this as well. Youth SEO is the best WordPress SEO plugin, one of the best. So, but we have multiple SEO plugin out there. Some will say Rank Mass is the best. Some will say Youth SEO is the best. I've been using Youth SEO and All-in-One SEO with Rank Mass. Those are the three best SEO I've been using. But I will suggest to you to use Youth SEO if you are a beginner. So now, Youth SEO will help you with configuration, arrangement on your site map. So that's what I want to do right now. Do you have a question? So if you have a question, feel free to ask me a question. I'm ready to answer your question. So I'm trying to verify this website first. That is what I'm trying to do. So I have to paste the Google Search Console code right here and save it. Then I'm going to verify right here. This is how to verify your site with Google. Now, can you see? Ownership verified. Now go to the property, then we have the website. This is the website. Now with the Google Search Console, you'll be able to see the performance. Like I said, the performance of the website. These are the keywords that it's ranking on this particular website. All right, sorry about that. So these are the particular keywords that is ranking. This is where you see the keyword. Can you see? So that's about that. Then we have this is where you find out if your website is having an issue. And this is where you run your sitemap. So this website doesn't have a sitemap yet. So how do you, sorry about that. So how do you get your sitemap? So you get your sitemap by, let me show you. I'm going to drop this code. Coming. All right. This is how you know your website sitemap. It's very, very important you know your website sitemap. This is your website sitemap. So you use this link to get your website sitemap. So number one, you copy this. Okay, can you see what I copy? From the post sitemap XML. So you do that, you paste it right here and you submit to Google. If you are running a blog post, this is very, very important. Make sure you submit your sitemap to Google so that Google will crawl your website. Now, if you are running a page content, copy that and you submit this as well.
Yeah.
Now, if you
And
are
these,
okay,
go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
Then-
Yoast, if anyone's wondering how to get the sitemap, once you install the Yoast plugin, it will auto-generate the sitemap for you. If you're not sure what the URL of the sitemap is, you can go into Yoast itself and it'll tell you what the sitemap URL is for you as well.
All right, so the sitemap will help. Thank you very much, John. The sitemap will help you to tell Google to understand how your website is being structured. So that is the main aspect of sitemap. So we're just trying to let Google understand that this is how my website should be structured. This is how my website should be. This is, that is what we are trying to let Google understand. So, sorry. So that is for the sitemap. Now that the website is verified and the sitemap is submitted to Google, I can monitor the site issue right here. Now I need to go on. We have to go back to the site where we have so let's go back right here. Which is we're talking about the Google Analytics, Google Search Console, but we need to verify the site first before we can proceed. So we've done the verification already. Now we want to proceed to the next. So doing the next thing is we have to attach it to the website. Now, how do we attach it? We have to sign in with our Gmail. Sign in with our Gmail. All right, so you click on your email, then you click on continue. Can you see? Google already detects. Then you click on next. Allow.
Hey, Paul, we just see, looks like the screen's in back of you now.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
All right, so now I need to create a new account for the Dialog on Google Analytics. This is very, very easy and this is very straightforward. So I always suggest everyone to use the Google Site Kit on their WordPress to create all this because this will not give you a lot of complex configuration. Just straight to the point, install your site kit and you'll be able to register every other thing. So site kit will save a lot of time to you have to run some kind of configuration on your Google Analytics. But site kit will save a lot of time for that. And that's the reason why I'm using that. Because it will make it easier for you to register the account, to add all the pages, and that's what I'm currently doing right now. I think this is the server problem. Whenever you are experiencing something like this, all you just need to do is just to reload the page. or you start all over. But do you know register multiple accounts? Just click on the dashboard right here. Dismiss. All right, so can you see that? So your Google Analytics has been configured with just a simple solution. And the simple solution is we use the Google Sitekit, which is a plugin on WordPress. And we've been able to register the site on Google Search Console, and we've been able to see the performance, and also we've been able to do the Sitekit. Lest I forget, the next thing I would like to talk about is WordPress security. It is very, very important you work on your WordPress security right from the start. Now, the WordPress security involves using WordFence. So it's a plugin on its own. So just type WordFence. So this plugin is very, very active and is very, very good. This plugin has helped a lot of websites from vulnerability attack. And I also use it myself. All right, so now this is what you do. You click on get your own license. So you have to register. So you have to get a free license like this, get a free license, and you click on OK, then you type your email. All right, so now you're almost done. So you have to go to the email. All right, click right here. Install my license automatically. I hope you're following, please. Anyone?
Yes.
All right. Feel free to ask me a question, please.
So the word fence, in case anyone is wondering how to use it, if you get a lot of spam and robots go into your website, you can restrict people from different countries, different IP address, and it'll tell you in WordFence as well. So it's a good plugin. You can install a firewall to protect your website from attacks, malware. You can kind of scan your website as well. So all these things where you won't need, because there's automated robots calling websites trying to automate and send you spam all the time. So make sure your website is secured. If you're getting a lot of spam from your forms, you might want to install a CAPTCHA security where someone has to make sure that they're human before they can submit a form. So that's one option as well if you're getting a lot of spam emails.
All right, thank you very much, John. So that is more about WordFence security, because it's very, very important you have it. For every website you're going to be having, make sure you include WordFence security plugin. It should really help a long way. So that is for the WordPress security. Now I have to talk about the cache files, caching of your website. If your website is having issues and is not loading, so for everyone that wants to run a blog or a common website, you need to register on Cloudflare. So you need to register on Cloudflare. Cloudflare will help to secure your website, even if your website is under attack. So you just need to sign up, register on Cloudflare, then you had your domain to your Cloudflare. You have to configure it to your Cloudflare. So that is for Cloudflare. Like right here, I have to log into my own. So I have some website right here that is on Cloudflare, and this has really helped a lot because it also helped me to secure my website. Can you see? So it also helped me to secure my website, and it also helped me to clear my cache file. Now, if you want to use a cache plugin, the best cache plugin is called WP Rocket. Sorry. The best cache
Well,
plugin is called WP. Uh,
Yeah,
and
explain a little bit about the cache plugin and what it can do.
okay. So the cache plugin, it helps to boost your page speed. It helps to improve your website speed. It helps to improve your load time. It helps to improve your SEO. It helps to improve your um ranking factor. Probably a content writer. So that is what the WP Rocket plugin, the caching plugin does. So it's also help you to optimize your core web vital. This is more information right here. So about WP Rocket or WP Cache plugin. So you need to have one of these because this has really helped a long way. And there is a custom way of configuring the cache plugin on your website, which should make it very fast. Very fast. So there are also free version of this, but I will recommend this to anyone that wants to make sure that his website is running very fast. This is the best. So the free version include the light speed, but they are not as effective as the WP Rocket. Now we have the light speed. Can you see? We have the W3 total cache. We have the super cache. We have the optimized. We have the fastest cache. All these are also cache plugin, but I've not been getting results. For the past 10 years, I've been using other plugin aside from this. I've not been getting results. But for the past 3 years, I've started using WP Rocket, gotten several good results, and all my clients are giving me good feedback because of this. So I would suggest you go for WP Rocket for every of your website. Having said that, I've talked about the cache plugin, I've talked about the security, I've talked about the Google Analytics and Google Search Console, which is also included for the Google Manager. We also have Google Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager is only necessary if you're a blogger and you're trying to write a content to rank. There is a particular tag section we use called Tag Manager. So currently is not as effective in the SEO world. So that's the reason why most people did not usually sign up for it. Then using a page builder plugin to build a custom layout, elements. All right. So
Yeah,
let's talk
one
about
thing I was gonna
okay.
real quick just mention Google Tag is important if you plan to do any advertising ads like Google Ads. If you trying to run shopping Google Ads, you'll need a Google Tag Manager so that you can track your conversions because the Tag Manager will allow you to just provide that tracking script from Google Ads that you run and track it back to your Google Tag Manager. So that's something where Tag Manager will come in point if you plan to do some advertising on your website. But if any questions, feel free to reach out to us and we can help you with that as well.
All right, thank you very much, John. I was just about to say that when we get onto the WooCommerce section, we'll be able to talk about the tag manager and in a more much niche aspect, we have the tag manager. We also have some conversion tools that is used in replace of the tag manager. But I really appreciate your point about the Google Tag Manager as well. Thank you very much. So moving forward, let me show you a few things about layout. Any question, please? Are we still following? Hello?
Yep, still here.
All right, thank you. All right, so take for example, you're trying to create a particular section on your website. Okay, thank you. So we are trying to create a particular section on your website. So you can always use the features right here. All these features are already included on Elementor, but you need to know how to structure it properly. So everything right here are already included in Elementor. Or you just need to use it in the right way, in the right format, and you get the result. Trying to see, hey John, do you have example of a kind of widget you like us to create, just for example?
No, I'm pretty open. I think people do contact form. Maybe we can do, I don't know, Google Maps or video widget, in case people want to post video. So let's try video. If someone wants to
All right,
post like
so okay, good. Thank you very much. So if you want to create a video section, you can just drag just like this, just drag the button. First of all, I usually like, sorry, most time I usually like you to create your own flexbox. You can just have your flexbox into 3 or into 2 or into, let's use the 2 flexbox. You can split. So now we can now drag the video. So you can have it as flexbox 1. And you can also have it as flexbox 2. So now then if you want to edit, you click right here. You click on the video you want to edit. Then you click right here. So you can just go to YouTube. Then you copy the link. Then you can have it right there. The same thing applicable to this. You click on this button right here. There's a button right here. So click on it, you can change the link. And there's also a button right here. You can change the link. So with this, we've been able to add the YouTube video, and we've been able to change the videos, the default videos attached to it. Now I'm saving the file. I'm saving the Elementor. So let me talk about maintaining your WordPress and understanding the child themes. So if anyone wants to maintain his or her WordPress website, this is how to go about it. Now, this is the video we just added. Can you see? This is the video. We can always delete that anytime. So if you want to maintain your WordPress, how do you go about it? Number one thing on how you can maintain your WordPress is, first of all, back up your website. Anything can happen after you make any update. So click on updates. I have my website backup on a daily basis with my hosting, so I don't have to do the backup again manually. So now what I do is I come right here. I pick them one after the other. Most time I pick them at once. So right here, I have to do it one after the other. So I have to go to plugin. The reason I'm doing them one after the other is because any plugin could get compromised. I don't want all my entire website to get damaged. So I update this first. Then the next, I do this. I pick them one after the other, because if you don't update your website and your plugins are very old, you have high chances of getting vulnerable to your website. So I update this. Then I update this as well, and I update this. There are some I don't update because I have already used additional coding with them. If, for example, like this WP Rocket, I've used additional extra code on it just to make sure it works for my purpose. All right. So I've used additional, so that's just to make sure it works for my purpose. Now I want you to understand what we call child theme. Then we're done. So the child theme is a theme that you actually use for the purpose of, sorry, a child theme is a duplicate theme of the main theme for the purpose of non-updates. So if you have a child theme on your website and you have the main theme, it shows that you don't want your website to be updating according to the new update, according to the latest version. In a literal man, you have a father theme and you have a child theme. The father theme may not get the update as may get the update as regular interval, but the child theme is a duplicate of a father theme that's just needed for a particular purpose. So such a theme is not going to be affected by any kind of update. So that's the reason why for every developer, we always love to create a child theme before we go into development, provided the project is a custom built project from scratch. So that is the difference between a child team and the main team. So I would like questions coming in right now. If you have any question, please kindly drop your question so we can round off for this session. And by the time we are going over for the WooCommerce, I'm going to talk on other things that are very, very important, similar to the WooCommerce, which we might need. Thank you very much. Over to you, John.
Thanks, Paul. Any questions, anyone? I know it's a lot of information, but yeah, Paul really went into a lot of details in terms of, customization to using template. And that's why we recommend using template, because it saves a lot of time. If you find a template that you like, we can just pretty much, change the content over to your content, do a little customization, and the website, it can be unique to you. And we will, let me just share my screen here. And
Okay.
same presentation. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Our emails are here. My email, Paul and Jing. We all support the websites here, so feel free to reach out to us. Next week, we'll be working on WooCommerce. So those of you who are looking to open a store, sell products, we will be going over that. Paul's going to be teaching that as well. So it's a lot of information in terms of setting up a e-commerce. That's all we have today. In terms of, I did send out a form. If you are new here and you haven't filled out the form requirements of website build for yourself in terms of domain name, template link, your menus, categories, services, feel free to fill out that form. I did send it into the chat room. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And that concludes our workshop for tonight. Anything else that anyone would like to add? All right, well, hey, have a good night. We'll see you all again next week. Take care, bye.